Hello, YouTube. I thought I would kind of give you my thoughts and impressions with Elite Dangerous Beta 2, which was released earlier in this week. And now that I've had a couple of hours to play, and I'm already up to a Cobra, I thought I would give you some of my impressions, because there were a lot of changes. I mean, almost the title of this video should be, Where Do You Begin? They've expanded it to some 500 star systems. The amount of area we can travel to is like a capsule. I believe it's something like 100 light years long, 50 light years wide at the center. Still can't get to Sol yet, but there's a lot of unexplored space, and that's kind of one of the first things that they added, was the exploration mechanics. Now, I haven't done much of the exploring. There are some folks within Test Mostly Harmless who are enjoying the every last moment of it, but I liked combat, and that's another major change. The game has shifted away from trading dramatically. As in, right now you go to stations and maybe there's 3 or 4 units of cargo available for purchase total. And the reason why they've done that right now, I'm pretty sure, is they want people to be testing the bulletin board missions. They want to be people testing the exploration mechanics, testing the new combat payout systems and stuff like that, to see, how viable it is to play these other game modes and then track progress compared to what trading was in Beta 1. Today I'm flying the Cobra, and this is an extensive change from the original, or from, Beta 1, was you have a lot finer control over your ship's systems. It's just not your guns and maybe what armor you're carrying and things like that. Almost every facet of your ship is customizable, and to give you an idea, I have this ship configured to run cargo, even though it's unprofitable right now. I just wanted to see what the max I could put in here, and I'm almost there. There's one cargo rack that's still an 8 that I could turn into a 16 if I had the extra credits at the time, so you can max this thing out at 60 cargo capacity, or a cargo capacity of 60 tons. Now, the caveat there is you've got to use all of your internal compartments in order to do that, and that includes your shield. Right now, I am running with no shield. That makes landing very difficult because any access contact with the landing pad is going to result in hull damage directly, which adds cost and things of that nature. And, God forbid I get interdicted or run into another hostile encounter. I am in open play right now. There was a number of netcode difficulties and things the first couple of days. I think they got a large part of that sorted now, as I'm in open play with very little problems. The first couple of days I had to spend in private play. But I am digging the combat. Now, they did nerf the Viper substantially. It is no longer the ship du jour. The Cobra is actually faster than it is in boost. The Viper is still slightly faster with just 4 pips in engine, non-boost. I believe it's around 350-ish. I'm sorry, 320, and then I think its boost is 380. Or no, I'm sorry, the standard thrust is around 300, 301, and then the boost is 380, which is probably a little bit low, to be honest with you. Where this ship maxes out with 4 pips in engine around 280, and maxes out in thrust boosters at 400. The other thing that I found about the Viper, its cargo capacity by default now is down to 4 tons, although you can sell the cargo rack and put something else there if you want a scanner, a shield cell. Shield cells are just amazing pieces of equipment if you have them, and if you're going to be doing combat, they're a must-have item. And that's just it. There are a lot more items out there. I mean, the weapons, there are, a half a dozen types of every type of weapon that there was before. There's just not one multi-cannon. There's like 5 different variants of that multi-cannon. The overall overpoweredness that cannons has been reined in. What they did to fix those was lower the ammo count to 100 rounds. They also seem to fire slower, or I should say the projectiles move slower. And their hit detection is you have to be dead on with them. It's no longer get in the general vicinity and they hit. So it's much harder to hit small moving targets with the cannons. Also, they don't seem to do as much damage. I was doing more damage with high impact multi-cannons than I were just standard flat cannons. What else here? Oh, the cost of everything has increased exponentially. I mean, the armor for the ship, the top line armor, is 1,000,000 credits now. Class 3, Class 4, or what we would have called Class 3, Class 4 weapons, are 500,000, 300,000 to 500,000 credits. Some of them are around 150,000 credits, but still, they're very, very expensive. So it's a lot more expensive to equip your ship. They also have a number of frameshift drives you can put on that have various trade-offs. Maybe they suck up more power, and now whenever we go in here and dock, this is Mar Research Station. This is an example of an outpost, which is a new type of station, one where you have to dock on the outside. So,
request granted.
We'll go here and dock, and then I will show you the new menu screens and some other things here. But costs have gone up rather dramatically. The Type 6 now costs 1,000,000 credits. The new ship, the Asp, I believe is around 5.5, 6 million credits. And these are just to purchase the ship. You're talking several million more to outfit a ship. I mean, my approximate max out cost for a Viper these days would be about 1.5 to 2 million credits. This ship, you would probably need 3 to 5 million credits to really kind of max it out in its capabilities. The Eagle. The Eagle has a significant boost to its jump range now. It rivals that of the Sidewinder, if not just a little bit better in its based form. But you can put different frameshift drives in. For an example, Blue Falcon right now is running with a frameshift drive in his Eagle that enables him to go something like 14 light years. That's a higher jump radius than this ship. So all of these components are upgradable, and we'll take a look at it in a minute. Now, fuel costs, I think, have gotten a little bit more expensive that I've noticed. Same thing with reloads, but repair costs, not quite as much. Over here, you'll have news. Now, I think traffic report is somewhat accurate, but see, I don't think that they have the information where they had, who has the highest bounties on them and things like that. I think they've taken it out. It used to just say 0000. So in 2.04's patch, I guess they did that. So let's go ahead and turn in this bulletin board mission first. Give cargo, and then I think I have to return, and it should tell you where we have to go to return. Light cargo transport, Galite, 24 minutes. Now, there can be multiple starports and outposts and starbases in each system now. And I don't see really anything else. But we don't have a lot of time. So we are going to go to outfitting just real quick and go into it briefly, because we only got 20 minutes to get to Rakapelia and deliver at least the expensive cargo for 50,000 credits. But you can take these missions now and make a decent sum of credits. Combat also pays very well, but again, you get combat vouchers or bounty vouchers, and you have to turn them in before you die. So you need to be mindful of that. It happened to me earlier today. I had about 100,000 in vouchers, and an NPC clipped me and died instantly. But here, if you want to buy and equip, you can compare to what you have existing here. And they will tell you rate of fire 17 per second, rate of fire 2 per second. Damage, you get a DPS, a thermal load, ammo clip size, how much power draw each weapon has, its mass, its integrity, its class, its rating. And it will tell you if it's better or worse than what you currently have equipped. Blue up means it's better than what you have. Down red means it's worse than what you currently have equipped. Over here on the lower right hand corner, it tells you power usage. Currently 7.54 megawatts out of a possible 10 megawatts. And then it tells you your cargo capacity, fuel capacity, your max, and then what your engine limit is if you keep adding heavier armor and things of that nature, and then what your current jump range is. My current jump range is 9.76 light years, or 6-7 light years. Unladen would be 10.8, and then fully, with max cargo and everything, just under 9 light years. So all of that information is now made available to you. Another thing that is in Beta 2 is factions. However, unfortunately right now you can't really tell what your various faction standings are. So like I've gone around killing people of particular factions like the Crimson Mob or something like that, or the Crimson Cartel in Freeport, just because I was hanging out at nav point or nav beacons and killing anybody that was wanted, and as a result, over time they've turned hostile. So now if I run into a member of the iBuddhist network, they'll turn the red on my screen. Sometimes they'll start shooting at me. And sometimes these factions are protected by local security forces, so you start shooting them and the security forces will start shooting you, even if that person has a bounty on their head that I've noticed. So I'm not sure if that's a bug or if that's working as intended. I'm not entirely 100% sure. So we got to go to Brand Orbital. Gonna lock destination here. So we've actually got to go visit 2 different systems. So we'll see how the multiple systems work now.
Drive charging.
Now I have a little bit of different gear before. I'm now using the Track Clip Pro as opposed to just the regular track clip that goes in a baseball. It mounts to my headset. So I don't have to wear a baseball cap anymore when playing the game, which is, I think that's kind of half a dozen of one way, 6 of the other, I think. And you also get a ranking now. I'm currently harmless, but apparently I don't know what the criteria are for advancing in rank other than possibly PvP kills. Again, the game was horribly broken the first couple of days, so when I wasn't in. Now is it Stone that we have to go to? No, we need to go to Brand Orbital. So look at all these planets. Here's Brand Orbital. 1,600 light seconds out. Hopefully we don't get interdicted. Oh, I'm sorry. We got 5 minutes to do the other one, so we need to go to Stone. "15 light seconds. Can we get there in 5 minutes and land?" Ooh. Courier missions here. Because if I don't complete this mission, the goods will be marked as stolen. And you can get shot down for that. So I want to go ahead, and then I'll have probably around 10 minutes to get the other one there. Now you can go a little bit faster and it'll say slow down, but you will do the disengage thing. So Stone Enterprise. 4 minutes. No pressure, no pressure. So it seemed to be a little bit more forgiving about your velocity when you hit disengage. But again, if it takes you a couple of minutes to pull out of hyperspace or out of Super Cruise and load the system, you know, this isn't in-game time. It is real-world time. You have 4 real-world minutes to get the cargo to its destination. And I'm going to be perpetually at 8 seconds, 7 seconds. Now you'll notice that it'll be mm, which is megameters, or thousands of kilometers. Safe disengage. Load, 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 load. There's Stone Enterprises. Now I haven't noticed a problem with getting docking permissions. Before, sometimes you would request docking many times and not get it. So we're pad 19. I'm trying to think internally where that is. Because, guys, we're 3 minutes. This is going to be close. This is going to be land and then take off again. And don't do anything stupid. There's 21, there's 19. Of course, again, all the way in the back.
Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
Engines disengaged, bulletin board, no playing around. Give cargo. As much as I'd love to stay, guys, we now got probably around 16 minutes to get out
Released. Engines engaged.
and head to the next station. Now, I don't know if there's just not a lot of players playing right now, but I don't run into very many PvP players anymore. Or maybe they're all off exploring. Alright, navigation. They redid these menus, and I actually like the new. I find it easier to navigate. So we're going to lock destination here.
Drive charging.
1600 light years.
4, 3, 2, 1.
And probably about 13 minutes. 15 minutes. No sweat. Megameters per second. So I'm trying to think of what else as we try to complete this mission as I kind of take you through a bulletin board tutorial. You know, cannons balanced, auto cannons maybe a little bit more powerful than they need to be right now, or I should say multi-cannons. Jump ranges have been altered for various ships. The fully loaded, the Viper was around 6 with just a standard frameshift drive. The Eagle was around 7 to 8. So a little bit bigger, and then again, you put a much better frameshift drive in there, and you can jump halfway. You know, you get a bigger jump range than this ship. So that's going to give players a lot more opportunity. Ship costs. You know, I think I mentioned the Type 6 is now $1 million. The Asp, which is the new ship that was added, is $6 million, thereabouts. Now, the prices of the ships can vary from station to station, demand, all that kind of stuff. So they don't remain constant. The Type 9 is now $29 million, hovers somewhere between $29 to $32 million. And the Anaconda was $46 million. Somebody snapped a screenshot. So I don't know what the price variance is for the Anaconda, but the only price I've seen for it thus far is 46 million credits. So again, trading is not going to be profitable right now in Beta 2. And there's also been an announcement that Beta 3 is coming at the end of October. Probably not another wipe. That was something else that happened in Beta 2. We had a full wipe. Everybody started back out with a Sidewinder and 1,000 credits. And now it's kind of building back up those credits, and it's frankly a lot of fun. I mean, this is like an entirely brand new, completely different game. Well, I shouldn't say completely different, but a brand new game with the amount of changes that they made. So we're going to go ahead to brand Orbital here. You can usually tell what kind of stations things are. Well, they need to have different icons there. Something else you can buy now is stellar cartography, or basically stellar maps, giving you information as people report in data. And if you go out exploring and scan these planets and star systems and stuff, star systems, not citizens, which, interestingly enough, I did come across NPC named Chris Roberts, and I did post that to the Star Citizen subreddit. And somebody else caught Chris Roberts too, and posted it to Elite Dangerous' subreddit. So we're gonna go ahead and dock at Brand Orbital here. Complete this mission, and we can then see, how well things kind of work. You can accept multiple missions to a system. Ideally, if you can get 4 or 5 trades to a single system, or ideally a single station in a system. Because here we are, once again, multiple stations within this system. A lot more planets. Things just seem to be much, much more fleshed out. Oh, and you'll notice there's these hyperspace FSD wakes. You can follow ships out of hyperspace, and if you have a cloud scanner, you can see where people went. So if they were locked on to, let's say, hyperspace to Weird or something, well, you'd know they're going to Weird, so then you can follow targets. It is relatively difficult, and there's no player introductions as of right now. Beta 3, that might change. I look for mining to be in Beta 3.
Request granted.
We're not under quite the time pressure. 11 minutes, we got time. But these outposts are certainly less traveled to. You can notice how much different this one is compared to the Mar Stellar Re. Ooh. Yeah, ramming into things right now would be very bad. No shields.
Docking successful.
Starport services.
Engines disengaged.
Alright. I think I have one mission. Nope. So, cashed in all our credits for all of our missions. I'll go ahead and show you the Stellar Cartophics now. I don't know if I've bought everything, so there may not be anything, but these are space data information, and they'll include things like trade data. So, I'm going to buy the data for that star system. I'll buy the data for that system. And they can run anywhere from, 15 credits to a couple thousand credits for that information. So, that's Elite Dangerous Beta 2. Thank you very much. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, and I'll be back with some more videos in the coming weeks about Elite Dangerous as I unlock more features and show you different ship configurations and things of that nature. So stay tuned and keep watching, and thank you very much. See you next time.